Auzubillahiminash-shaytanir-rajeem. Bismillahir-rahmanir-rahim. Dear students, welcome to my YouTube channel, Math Experts. Today, as you know that in our first lecture we discussed about function, and today we start our second lecture, how to draw the graph of a function or draw different graph of function. First of all, I want to request you, please subscribe my YouTube channel, click the bell icon to get more information about coming videos. So we start here, graph of function. Graph of function. Okay. So basically, graph of function is first of all we discuss the definition of this. The graph of function f is the set is the set of all is the set of all points in the plane of the form x f of x. So here x and f of x are two different constants for which we can draw a graph. The graph of function f is set of all points in the plane of the form x and f of x, or we can also define it, the graph of function is the collection of all ordered pairs of the function. Okay, the graph of function is the collection of all ordered pair of the function. Ordered pair is like x. We can write this x f of x, and you know that which is equal to we can write this x and y. Now this is the definition of the graph. Now we can draw graph for two functions. For example number one. Example 1. If we have y is equal to f of x is equal to x plus 1. Now we can draw the graph for this function. We make a table here, like in this way. We have here this. Here we put the value of x, we get the value of y, and here we have an ordered pair x and y. You know that we start when we put here -3 in this equation. Here x is equal to -3, we get y is equal to -2, and our order pair is -3 -2. When we put -2, when we put here -2 plus 1, this is equal to -1. So our order pair is -2 -1. When we put here -1, you know that when we put here -1, we get here 0, y is equal to 0, and our order pair is -1 and 0. When we put here 0, our y is equal to 1, So we get here 0 and 1. When we put here 1, we get y is equal to, here we get y is equal to 2. Our y is equal to 2, so our ordered pair is 1 and 2. When we put here 2, we get here 3. So our ordered pair is 2 and 3. And similarly, when we put here 3, we get here 4. So our ordered pair is 3 and 4. Now we can draw the graph of function. For example, here we can, this is our x-axis. Okay, here our x is positive, and you know that here our x is negative, and we call this axis as y-axis. Okay, here we, you know that our y is negative, and here you know that our y is positive. X-axis is called independent axis and y is called dependent axis, because the value of y depend upon x. For which value of y we get, for different value of x we get different value of y's. Okay, our first order pair is -3 and -2. Here x is equal to -3. So if we put here, this is equal to -1, this is equal to -2, and here we have -3, and y is equal to -2. So we get here -1. Okay, here we have -2. If we connect these points like in this way, so our point is like in here. Now the second point is, when we put x is equal to -2, we get y is equal to -1. When we put x is equal to -2, so when we put here x is equal to -2, okay, the value of y is equal to -1. It's mean the value of y is equal to -1. Our point is this one. Next is, when we put x is equal to -1, okay, our y is 0. It's mean that when x is equal to -1, the value of y is 0. Our point is this. When we put x is equal to 0, our y is 1. X is 0 at this point, so our y is 1 here. It's mean that the point is this. When we put x is equal to 1, x is equal to 1, the value of y is equal to 2. So we can connect this in this way. Here we have 1 and 2. When we put x is equal to 2, we put x is equal to 2. Our value of y is 1. Here we have 2, and here you know that we have 3. So when we connect these points, so our point is like here. When we connect all these points, now we can connect all these points. You know that we connect all these points. You know that this is a straight line equation. Y is equal to x plus 1. So the graph of this equation, y is equal to x plus 1, is a straight line. And here I want to tell you, remember, when the value of the power of x is 1, our all graphs are straight lines. It's depend upon they pass from the origin or not. Now we can do another example, which is example 2, which is y is equal to x square, or we can write this, y is equal to f of x is equal to x square. Similarly, we can draw us here. We have here we have x. We put the values of x, we get the values of y, and here we have x and y as an ordered pair. When we put x is equal to -3, you know that the value of y is 9, and our ordered pair is -3 and 9. When we put here -2, we get 4. So the order paired is -2 and 4. When we put here -1, the x is 1 and we get -1 and 1. When we put here 0, we get y is equal to 0 and our order paired is 0, 0. When we put here 1, we get 1. Our order paired is 1 and 1. When we put here 2, we get here 4. Similarly, we get 2 and 4. When we put here 3, we get 9. So we get 3 and 9. Now, similarly, we can draw graph for this function. Here, we take, this is our, you know that y-axis. Okay, this is our y-axis. Y is negative here, and you know that here we have y is positive, and we take this as x-axis. X is positive here and x is negative here. Okay, now the first pair is -3 and 9. For example, our x is negative, so we have 1, -1, we have here -2, and here we have -3. The value is 9. Value of y is 9. It's mean that y is going toward positive. We have here 1. Okay, here we have 2. Here we have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. So when we connect these points, our point will be here. Our point will be here. Now when we choose the next point, which is equal to -2 and 4, it's mean that the value of x is -2 and the value of y is 4. It's mean that when we connect these points, we get this one. This one is our next point. When we put x is equal to -1, we get 1. When we put x is equal to -1, we get y is equal to 1. Our point is this. And you know that when we put x is equal to 0, we get y is equal to 0. It's mean that this is the origin. Here we x is 0, y is 0. Now, when we put x is equal to +1, okay, here we have +2 and we have here 3. When we put 1, we get again 1. It's mean that our point of intersection of these 2 points is this. When we put here 2, we get 4. When we put x is equal to +2, we get 4. So it's mean that our point is here. This is our next point. When we put here x is equal to 3, we get 9. You know that when we put x is equal to +3, we get 9. It's mean that our point is here, this one. Now, if we combine all these points, when we combine all these points, we get, I want to combine all these points. Look at this. When we combine all these points, I again want to combine this correctly. When we combine all these points like this, you know that the graph of this function is like in this, move in this way. So similarly, if we have any other function like for which we can draw the graph of this function by using the same method, if we have f of x, our f of x is equal to x ka cube, and you know that the graph of this function is in this way. Here we know that our x is positive, our x is negative, our y is positive, and our y is negative. The graph will be like this. Okay, if we have here y is equal to f of x is equal to 1 by x, okay, we can use x-axis, and here we have our y-axis, y negative, and here we have y positive. So the graph of this function is like this way. Okay, we have two hyperbola type graph, and if our y is equal to square root of x is equal to x raised to power 1 by 2, the graph of this function is here x prime, and here we have y prime y negative, you know that, and here we have y positive. So the graph will be like this. The reason for this is because here we take sorry here we take x raised to power 1 by 2, because here the value of x is greater than 0, because we does not take the values negative values of x here, because the root of positive values of always exist. And here if we have y is equal to 3 root of x is equal to x raised to power 3 by 2, so the graph of this function is in this way. Here you know that we have x negative, and we have here y, and here we have y negative. So the graph of this function is like this way. Okay, this is enough for today, and please subscribe my YouTube channel. In next lecture we will discuss more about calculus, like uh, absolute value of the function. Thank you so much.